Good morning, guys. We are up in the Bronx. My bad, brother. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, so we're all ready, set, go. And we're up in the Bronx by Cortland houses. On Cortland, like 152nd. You got a whole garbage bag in the middle of the floor. That's there for a reason, probably. So good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Bronx, where people are great, buildings are beautiful, but drugs definitely got a grip on the community in the Bronx. I mean, it's a beautiful place to live, especially if you like to explore shit on your bike. The Bronx is more bike friendly in a sense than Manhattan. Manhattan is more commercialized. There's just a lot of residential development up here, and I like to say a little less hectic traffic in the streets, but the drugs, man, it's fucking horrible. Like I rode by some cities, some streets, and they were just like littered with fucking needles. It was wild. I was streaming on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? Let me come to YouTube. But again, it's not the people. It's the drugs that cause mental health issues with the people. Here, I'll give you an example. I mean, look at this fucking block. This is unacceptable. I don't care if someone's bringing their garbage here and throwing it here. Like literally bringing their garbage here and throwing it here. Let's take a ride up a block. There's no businesses here, but still, regardless, the city's definitely responsible for maintaining clean city streets. Right? So we're just riding. There's no specific place that we're headed today. But I just think that it's pretty cool that some of these neighborhoods have a real, like, football field. I didn't have this shit growing up. Mine didn't. But on top of Cardinal Hayes High School, I believe this is a public school. I can't see them having a private school with this much property. The shit has a whole baseball field and football field. 100-yard football field, probably. Has to be. This has to be a public park. But still, even more of and it has a full track. Even more of a reason why the streets should be maintained a little bit better. But I can already see as we go up, and there's residential properties, the streets are a little bit cleaner. See if this is a public school, because if this is a public school, and they have garbage like that on the corner where kids congregate, it's kind of fucked up. No, it's not a public school. It would have said PS something. Maybe it is, maybe I'm just... But, long story short, or short story long, we're just taking a ride and noticing things. Okay, so this is the Alfred E. Smith campus. I don't think this is a public school. It looks like a really well-built school, and it looks like there's money involved with the school. They have a full fucking football field and baseball field. All right, so we're on Cortland Ave. I used to frequent a bike shop over here. That door looks like it needs some food. I don't know if this bike shop is still here. I think I saw on Facebook that it went out. Yeah, it did. It closed. It used to be right here on the corner. Neighborhood cycles. Or maybe it's still open. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, welcome to the Bronx. You see it already. So we're gonna hit the famous 149th. It's a big shopping street, but it's also like, okay, you still with no helmet. It's also a street that is just filled with great people, but a lot of people on drugs. A lot of people suffering from mental health. understand why the Bronx is dirty like this. Seriously, like if sanitation's off duty. Regardless of how much garbage is placed by the public, it is the duty of sanitation. And I'm a little shocked the amount of trash I've seen littered. I mean, this is crazy. Seriously, this is embarrassing. And I'm not talking about for me, I'm talking about for the people of this actual community. It's quite embarrassing. Okay, mama. That's Bronx shit right there. You heard? So, welcome to Fetty Wap Square. This is fentanyl heaven right here. This is where all the Fetty Wappers come to get their Fetty Wap on. I don't understand who would chase a drug that, who would chase a drug that potentially can kill you. Like, the power of addiction is real. I mean, it's fucking Sunday. Why is these streets filled with garbage like this? But again, I ain't talking shit about the Bronx. I actually love the Bronx. I used to live in the Bronx for 7 years. And this is a nice building. This was probably a bank. Let's check this out. See, buildings like this is sad to see just get dilapidated. Bust a U-bone. The Bronx is filled with beautiful corner buildings. It's one of the things I noticed as a kid. See? Bingo. Look how beautiful this fucking building is. This was originally the Provident Loan Society building. So there's definitely a vault in there. But at one time, this was a very important building. It looks like it's taken over by the SCO, Family of Services, which is probably has to do with community services for children, substance abuse. Look, right here, bingo. This is a whole new facility, Samaritan Daytop, the Richard Pruss Wellness Center. This is to combat substance abuse. They built a whole new facility in the Bronx. Like, these are popping up all over. And the sad part is that it's a revolving door. Recovery is a revolving door for a lot of people. I don't think they're getting the help that they need. Right? I think that you need the tools to survive instead of just getting help, temporary help. There needs to be some type of longevity survival tools. Fortunate for me, I had those tools developed early on. And I made it a part of my addiction where I was able to raise a family, pay bills, so what I thought was a normal life, but kind of blend into society. But privately, I was suffering from substance abuse. And just as hard as I went in my recovery, just as hard as I went getting high, I'm going just as hard in my recovery, if that makes any sense to you, right? Without a program, and I'm not talking down on anybody who needs help or anybody who jumps right into a program, but damn the man or woman who doesn't try it on their own. I simply woke up, I did my last snort on April 29th, and on the 30th, I went about my day, and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna make that call. I controlled my destiny with this thing right here. It's called a finger. This is what dials that number. I mean, the blow didn't just appear in the dollar bill in my room. I had to order it. So on that day, I said, you know what, finger, I'm in control of my life. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make that call. And I didn't. And here we are, 104 days later. We're talking about someone who did coke since he was 16, who's 53. That's 37 years. I'm not talking like it's a badge of honor. I'm merely talking about the power of addiction and taking my life back in one fucking day. Now, I know it sounds like bullshit, and I wouldn't believe it either, but I'm living my best life right now, drug-free, cocaine-free. Going to bed, I used to hear the birds and it would stress me out. Well, I want to hear the birds when I wake up. I want them to sing to me. Sing to me now. Talk nice to me. Share your lullabies with me. Those things are important to me now. Things that I believe that in my early childhood, the early parts of my life growing up, when the, the early parts of my childhood growing up, 16, to be introduced into cocaine and just immediately jumping into a world of adultism, if that's the right word, right? I missed out on some crucial years, crucial developmental years, how to interact with people, how to let certain things go. Cocaine developed a hardened persona inside of me because I was around grown-ups as they were doing grown-up stuff. I was not forced, but I was thrusted into a lifestyle that dragged for 37 years. It is wild that this little thing called the finger is what gets it all going. And when I realized that, and when something else that helped me with my recovery, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. Like, when I say I'm all over the place, I'm literally all over the place. So one of the things that helped me with recovery, one of the crucial things that helped me with my recovery was quitting cigarettes. It's that fucking simple. Quitting cigarettes. Why? Cigarettes will always be the most powerful addiction in the world. In my eyes, in my journey to sobriety, in my self-healing process, cigarettes are wildly addictive. We believe, in a sense, that because they're legal or because we see people do it their whole life, that it's okay to do it. It's not okay. What it does is it creates, in your brain, it creates things that continue a cycle of addictive behavior. So there are some who do heroin and just walk away from it 2-3 days later. Like, they're like, oh, that's not for me. There are some who will drink and go, you know what? I'm not a drinker. There are some who will do those same things and immediately be hooked. Immediately, like I was. I took my first snort that same night. Check this out. Holy shit, I forgot about this. I was 16 years old, hanging out with some friends. We broke night. They're doing blow. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. Long story short, I get convinced that a little bump, just do one. Let me tell you, I did one snort that day, that night, like 3 in the morning, 37 fucking years ago. And I went and cashed my unemployment check that same night. How wild is that? How immediately I was addicted to cocaine. Now, 37 years ago, cocaine was cocaine. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on now, but that shit was so brutal that I was locked in. And not fucked up in the street. You know what I mean? Cocaine is not that type of drug. Crack is, heroin is. Cocaine is not gonna have you all out. You want to look fly, you want to look cute, you want to talk shit, you want to mingle with the girls, you want to show your worth. The user is not the only abuser. The drug dealer is addicted to snorting cocaine. The drug dealer is addicted to selling cocaine. So it's a chain of events that trickle when you're in that life. Sort of like this right here. Okay, I thought he was going to do some Matrix shit. Fucking turn around and do some... Peace, brother. So we up by Mitchell houses. We used to live here. Shout out to Mitchell. Shout out to NYCHA. Got my first NYCHA apartment here. I'm so thankful to be I'm still a resident of NYCHA. I'm so thankful. Those buildings down there, I would love to be a resident of those buildings, but then again, I wouldn't. I put in an application. If they call me, they call me. But I'm thankful to have a roof over my head. And for those who have something to say about NYCHA residents or people who live in public housing, because it's not called projects, it's called public housing. It's a development like any other development. But you just got to understand something. Crime, drugs, prostitution, that shit happens here in these buildings. They just don't report it. It's a part of the plan to keep the person who is trying to feed their family and live a normal life, part of the plan is to keep them under the grips of that and have them believe shit like projects. I'm not a fucking project. I'm a resident of a development. You know, there are good things that come out of public housing and good people. And there are bad things that happen that constantly get reported on. But there are definitely good things and good people that come out of public housing. So if you're interested in these buildings right here from anywhere in the world, put in an application at banksidenyc.com. That is Bankside NYC. We're pulling into the Mott Haven section. So this is the Mott Haven section. This is the artsy, kind of like jazzy, hippie, kind of like cool things section. They even have a dispensary down here. I'm gonna pull up to the dispensary and show you guys. And then I love coming down here. Like I do this probably every day before I go home. I do a little tour through here, a little breeze through. So let me show you where the dispensary is. You bust a left and it's right here. Look at this, it's called Conbud. It is an adult cannabis dispensary. It is friendly, safe. It's someplace where you would want to come if you're into edibles, if you're into cannabis. This is the place to come. So this is Mott Haven's first legal dispensary. Again, legal. There's some legality when opening up a dispensary. This is not a convenience store. This is a real dispensary. They pay taxes on their product. They're licensed. In fact, it's licensed and run by convicts. That's why it's called Conbud. So this is the first dispensary in New York City and New York State that gave back to people who were convicted for marijuana possession back in the day. So how cool is that? You come back and you get to make some money, you do something for the community, you get a good name, you build a good brand, and you jump in on a business that the cannabis business is big right now. I mean, it's always been big, but on the legal tip, the cannabis industry is all over the place. From clothing to, look at that boat, check that out. That is cool until it's not cool. That is dope until it's not fucking dope. Yep, not me. That's the classic harbor line. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So, so this is all public space right here. I want to share something that's very important. If you look right across, you're going to see it. You guys are going to hear how this sounds. This is beautiful. So, literally, let me make sure you can see. All right, guys, good morning. So literally across where that orange wall is, that's the Keith Haring Park. That's the Crackers Whack Park. That whole area will be looking like this in 3 years. I did some research. I interviewed a few foremen and project managers that I had noticed were working on the other side, and they informed me that the process will begin now. Starting in the center, they're going to fix that whole area, make it beachfront like this. If you can't see, you'll see. It's going to be access to the public. It's going to start in this center area, then it's going to go all the way up to 145th. That's the ending of the FDR pedestrian bike path, walk path, and public parks. So from 145th all the way to 127th area, and all the way down to 96th Street, going from the next project. They're going to tie in 112th Street area, which is closed right now. It's dilapidated. The bricks are falling into the water. Instead of fixing the gate, they brought a fence company to put a fence over the gate because it's dilapidated. But if you go down towards 96th Street, all the way down to 54th Street, it's all brand new. In fact, the flooring is amazing. Like, they have different colored bricks on the floor. I've never seen that anywhere in New York. The craftsmanship behind that city park is amazing. It's called the Sutton Place Park. It's 5 parks tied into one. It goes from 54th Street to 71st Street. Then you exit on 71st Street and you can enter back on near John Jay Poole. From John Jay Poole area in the FDR, it goes all the way up to 112th Street. But from once you get to 96th Street and you're starting to go uptown towards 112th, you start to notice it's dilapidated. There's no work. The grass is overgrown. So it's good to see that they are working to improve lives for people of East Harlem, people of New York City, people who are visiting New York City. But furthermore, it gives opportunity to vendors. It gives opportunities for construction workers to get jobs. Like if I was still, like physically I couldn't work a construction job right now at this point in my life. But if I knew that they were about to start, I would be over there with, especially if I'm a laborer, I would be shaping, like, yo, I live in the community. Before you hire somebody, I need to get in on this job, whether it's a city job or not. They can make shit happen in the trailer. So that's why I do what I do, kind of to get us ahead of the curve. And again, this is gonna be beautiful for East Harlem. Literally, you could just come all the way up 2nd Avenue to the end, and you're gonna come into a park that literally is gonna be state-of-the-art, brand new. So I'm excited for East Harlem, I'm excited for New York, and guess what, motherfucker? I'm excited for you. I mean, do you hear that? Who doesn't want to wake up and come downstairs and hear that? This is BanksideNYC.com. This development had to have a public park for everyone, not just the residents. So. It's nice over here in the nighttime too. It's very well lit. Funny thing is, I wonder if the tenants knew that when they moved here that this part of their park would be open to the public. I wonder if they knew that, or they found out after they rented. And if they did, that's fucked up. If that wasn't in the spiel of the renting, like, hey, just, really quick, it's a developing neighborhood and a part of the land project, we had to donate some of the land to the residents. They didn't tell people that, and people moved in. Even though it shouldn't be a shock, you are moving into a newly developed neighborhood that's already had families here. Dude, you put a fucking bus in that parking spot. You could put a whole fucking bus in that parking spot and he can't fit it in. That's wild. That's the type of person you don't want on the road driving near you. All right, so, okay, my fault, man. My fault. All right, so we're gonna take our normal path back. Now remember, we're looking at the orange wall. We were looking at the Crackers Whack mural. Look how quick we're gonna get to that where that area is, and I'll show you how to get there. So again, this is still Mott Haven. We're gonna pass Con Bud. I love the artwork down here. Put on my shades, but I love the artwork down here. This place, the Bruckner Bar, this building, this corner building, at one time boasted to have the best hamburgers in New York City. And I never got a chance to have one, but from what I understand, this building has been here for years. Bankside.com, BanksideNYC.com. Put an application, do it right now. Good luck. Doesn't mean you have to take it. I'm just saying. Okay, they got the construction barge. I didn't see that. That's pretty cool. A whole construction barge. So we're crossing over. We're about dead center of the river. We're gonna get into Manhattan right about now. if you come over that bridge, just know that this is the only way without going up those stairs that you can continue on riding. It's pretty dangerous over here. I would recommend like to be careful, to come in pairs. This is a like seedy fucking place. I always come through here, but still. There's always somebody fucking lurking. What the fuck is you doing with a chair in the middle of nowhere, bro? 2 chairs and a bike. Seriously. Life gotta be better than this, brother. Life gotta be better than that, man. Carrying a bike on your shoulder and you're pushing a chair. That shit don't make no sense in me. But again, addiction's powerful. Crack is whack wall. Shout out to Keith Herring. Rest in peace. We'll do a drive-through. It's a very important wall. It's been here for like mad years. Excuse me? Thank you. So, if you didn't know, this is a very important wall. So people from all over the world come to check it out. What we're going to do is we're going to give them a tour of the camera, the flying drone birds. dolly track mode. This mode I can basically control the drone with my movement. So if I want to do a side shot, it will follow me sideways. And I can stop, come back, it can stop, and come back. So depending on what I want it to do, its body moves. Let's see if we can call it home. Let's see if we can call it home. There you go. Let's call it home. Look at that. We called it home. That's how you do it. Alright, so you can call the drone home with physical movement. Excuse my legs, they're a little fucking tired. But I'll show you from this angle. We're gonna wait for the red light, and now, if you can see it, I hope you can see it. So the battery's dead. Pop this battery out, pop in a new one. That's it. See, that's why I like this drone. I'm sorry, that's why I like this camera. It makes it very easy to shoot. No GPS required. You just set it and forget it. You can also run it on a remote control. When you're using the remote control, you have access to the microphone. So being that I'm recording live on YouTube, I won't be able to mic up. Simple, put the battery in. Gonna hold it down. The gimbal is gonna calibrate itself. It's already ready. So custom, sidetrack, standard. So once it turns red, it's recording, and now we'll be able to control it with our body movements. So as I'm moving forward, okay, something happened. That's weird. Maybe I took too long. Once it turns red, we're gonna get to it. Here we go. So if I move, right, it's gonna follow me on that side. I can move around in circles and it'll still look for me. Again, this is a great tool to have. Gotta come back. I'm gonna show you the sensor that it has. I'm gonna see if I can get it to fly near the camera. Go. So red is record. Now it's going to come in for that low angle and rise at the right time for that epic shot. Now I'm gonna ask her to land. It's that fucking simple, guys. Let's put it on follow mode. And let's see if it can follow me around the handle for it, which would be great for right? This would be great. All right, it's definitely following me. I can tell by the sound. So we're gonna help her with the turning. It's still following me. Do some wide sweeping turns to make it easier for the drone. I'm going to try to hook on it a little bit faster. Oh, she took a hit. She took a hit. So she can go up to 17 miles an hour, but in close quarters, nah. I expected her to crash on the turn as I picked up speed. But again, very durable. Very fucking durable.
Standard, follow. Comment. Bird eye. Custom. Side track.
So we're gonna do custom mode on the bike and see how that works. That would have sucked if it would have fucking went under. So we'll try it one more time and we'll start from a different point. It's all about space. It's doing a great shot. Wow, I'm impressed. If I had more space to turn, it turned wicked. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that footage. Again, I'm in very close quarters, but the way it responded was fucking dope. It kind of like yawed on me a little bit. So. She's still rocking. As you can see, we're gonna do one more.
Hover. Continue. Hover.
We're gonna do a hover right from here. All right, so it's locked in on me. I'm just gonna ride around. It's gonna stay in place. Let's hover it in the middle.
Continue. Hover.
And we're gonna go around it in circles and get it to track us. So it's hovering, red light, it's locked in. It should turn. And it's fucking turning. Go. That's it. We landed it and we're out. That's the great thing about it. That's one of the dope things about that this Hover Air X1. Just as quick as you get it in the air, you're out of here in real time. So you can point, shoot, click, and upload on the go. You can also use the microphone with the remote control, with the virtual remote control settings from the app. For me, I wasn't gonna do that right now, but that is an option that can be done. You have sound. It's not the best sound. I would recommend you use a wired connection opposed to Bluetooth. Now you see, here, I'll show you one more time. The new park is going to come straight up there. The new park is gonna be straight up that way, guys. Starting over here. So the new park, all right, you guys got me working today. Let me show you where the entrance is gonna be at. I don't mind. Sharing is caring. So the new entrance for the park is going to be right here, and I'm sure they're gonna make this walk friendly, people friendly, pedestrian friendly. But the work will be beginning here. They're already putting up the fences. This is going to be that new park I was talking about a couple of months ago. You can see they cleaned the ground very well. They got rid of the gravel. They're flattening it. And remember, we were over there on the other side. So as I was reporting over here a couple of months ago, this was previously owned by sanitation. The city had sanitation here. No longer that. And the construction is about to start to take place. Like these new fences, they're putting up fences, fence posting. None of this was here a couple of months ago. This was all vegetation, so they got rid of that, and they're gonna make it very easy to start building, man. It's gonna be dope. It's going to look like that. It's gonna look like the Bronx. They're gonna have that beachfront thing going, and it's just gonna be dope for East Harlem residents. I mean, look at that. Look how high up, how far up. This is all public park space, state-of-the-art equipment, gym, restroom, rest area, publicly accessible for handicapped individuals. It's already the last stop on the bus to 125th. So you come to 125th and boom, you walk a block or two and you're in fucking a new park in Manhattan, a new beachfront park. Although this is not a beach, they call it beachfront. It's fucking beachfront property, if you ask me. Right? But this is something that we found a part of our adventure. In fact, we're gonna go through the backyard way. How about that? Call it the backyard boogie. I'll show you guys what they'll be working on. They're gonna start here first, right? And things started making sense to me. This path, this walkway starts on the Willis Avenue Bridge. When they built the Willis Avenue Bridge, they built it with the intent of coming down here. So this is going to be accessible for a wheelchair and for the public. It's just not paved yet, right? So the further we go, the more we go, we'll see how this is opening up, and this is going to be a part of the park. It's to tie in with the other stuff down there. Carbon monoxide and exhaust, want to kill himself type shit. You look wild doing that. I mean, he's got to bring the hose all the way through. Why don't you just drag the shit? All right, somebody's out there fishing. How you doing, brother? All right. So brother man's gonna get his fish on. I'm gonna keep going. This is all, again, here, I'll show you. Look at the concrete floor right here. This is all brand new. So this walkway, check this out, guys. This You're gonna be able to walk on this. I mean, that was smart. Look, he put the holes there, but he's gonna tangle the man. He didn't think that's fucking smart, but dangerous. In fact, we shouldn't be here, but that's the most ridiculous shit that I've ever seen. He could have just rolled the shit up and put it in. Anyway, this pedestrian walkway, you see it has bike markings on the floor. It goes all the way up and around, and it's gonna lead you, if you can see the wood over there, onto Randall's Island. I think that is field number 71 or 7. So Randall's Island is gonna have easy accessible here, and we're gonna have accessibility to Randall's Island in minutes. Like literally in minutes, including the handicap, because this ramp is designed that you do not have to get off your bike. You do not have to get up out of your wheelchair to continue on. All right, so let's carry on more down. This is gonna be redone. This is gonna be another park done, I was told. And it's gonna tie in, there's gonna be some tie-ins that are gonna come down to the 120th Street area and the 112th Street area that has been neglected for years. There's been some years of neglect, but it's coming up. Now, this was gated off. But let's see if we can ride through it. It might be open. Yeah, it's open. So, this is all gonna be open. This is nice under here. I wonder what they're gonna do under here, actually. But this all is gonna be fixed. Now, I wanna say that's a new railing. It is a new railing. So this railing is fairly new, so they don't have to do any floor work. They don't really have to do any work in this area, actually. All they have to do is open this shit up because it's closed from here, from 120th to 112th. I mean, this looks great to me. It smells a little oceany. You know what I mean? It smells a little oceany. Now, again, the railing looks new. It looks solid. The ground doesn't look like it's falling apart like it is in some places. As you can see, there is a fence over the original railing, right? This is where it gets dilapidated at. So this is where the work is gonna begin. They're gonna fix this up. I don't want no. Excuse me. Thank you. Catch anything yet?
Just 2 of them.
All right. Do you what kind of fish? Perch? Do you eat them?
I don't even know, but these guys do.
Oh, you give them out?
Yeah,
That's
I give 'em out,
that's
yeah.
cool. What does fishing do for you, brother?
Exercise, relax.
Just
Peace
chill.
of mind.
Be by yourself.
That's it, bro.
I hear that,
You
man.
know, especially with a nice cool day.
I would like to learn how to fish. The shit is, I'm freaked out by touching them shits. I'll get a.
That's why I always carry a rag.
Right. All right, brother. Have a good one, man. All right. So carrying on. You guys still with me? So they put a fence over the dilapidated railing. This needs to be fixed, and they're working on that. So I'm very excited to bring this to you guys. I've been reporting on this for like maybe, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months when I started noticing the construction work, and I kind of spoke it into existence. I really didn't know what they were building. I was assuming based on, we got to cross here. I was assuming based on land. You can't build a house down, you can't build a building down there. So they would only be able to do one thing, is give the park back to the people. And that's dope. You see, I could have kept going, but like on 112th, it stops. And you would have to come back over here. So we'll just exit here. This is Wagner houses. This is the WAG exit. And if you didn't know, this ferry over here, I hope you can see it. This ferry over here goes to That's Randall's Island on the other side. So the ferry stops there. And there's the rest of the walking path, as you can see it, that they're making. So they're pretty busy. The city's busy. Okay, look at this boat flying through. All right, let's carry on. Looks like we come across an Italian festival, festivities. Forget about it. What's the name of this festival? Is that a saint up there?
Giglio, East Hall Giglio.
What saint is that? Thank you. So that's Saint Anthony. And I guess, yeah. Right.
And they also told him not to do the photograph.
There's a lot of made guys over there. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Stop getting mad. You want to be with the pimpin'? You better pay the pimpin'.
You heard? You want to be with the pimpin', you got to pay with the pimpin'. You walk like a ball player. You heard? You walk like a ball player. You got that Jordan swag.
Nah, yeah.
What's good,
Nah,
bro?
bro.
Everything good?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Service good?
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate you,
Of
King.
course, baby. Of course. Yeah. Nah, that's so I could reach out and pull out the blicky quick. They try to jack me for my shit. Yeah, of course. Of course. It's my motherfucking holster with the blicky, you heard? My blicky goes pew, 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 pew. That's how my gun sounds. How your gun sound? My gun sound like this. Pew, 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 pew. Nah, we don't use guns. But if you got guns, we got guns too. But I don't fuck with guns, especially being that I'm a gunshot victim. I mean, if you draw down on a fucking man, an unarmed man, you a coward. You're not an assassin. You're not a hitman. You're a coward. Straight up. There's no way around. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right. Queen's in the house. All right. You heard? I'm running for fucking mayor. So what a productive day. I'm off this. It was awesome, guys. It really was. It was fucking awesome. Okay.
I'm chilling.